Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about procrastination and how to beat it. Procrastination is serious. It is a killer of your dreams, your ideas, your goals, and potential. One of my favorite quotes is by Nolan Bushnell, the founder of Atari. He said, "Everyone who has ever taken a shower has had an idea. It's the person who gets out of the shower, dries off, and does something about it that makes a difference." Whatever it is that you dream of doing, procrastination can kill it if you aren't careful. So how do you get moving and stop procrastination? One technique many use is called the Pomodoro Technique. The Pomodoro Technique is a time management method which was developed by Francesco Cirillo in the 1980s. Cirillo was frustrated with how much time he wasted while studying. So he used a kitchen timer shaped like a tomato, a Pomodoro, to boost his productivity. The idea behind the technique is that frequent breaks help the brain to focus. Basically, it boils down to this. The Pomodoro Technique involves working in 25-minute chunks with a 3 to 5 minute break between each chunk. After 4 Pomodoro, which is known as a set, there's a longer 15 to 30 minute break. The idea is that frequent breaks in work increase your mental agility and your efficiency. So how do you implement this? Number one, pick a task. To start with, pick a task that you think you'll be able to complete during one Pomodoro, a full set. Once you've gotten used to the method, experiment with working on longer tasks over several Pomodori. Number two, set your timer for 25 minutes. Maybe just use your cell phone timer. Number three, work on your task until the timer goes off. Now, inevitably, you're going to be working on something and something else is going to jump into your mind. When this happens, write it down and then forget about it. Get back to work. If you're interrupted by something, a text message or a phone call, make a note of it and get back to work and return to that when you take your break. Number four, mark your Pomodoro with an X. This will allow you to both log your work and feel a sense of accomplishment. When you feel like you are accomplishing something, the chances that you keep going are increased. This will lessen the chance of procrastination. Number five, keep track of how many times you got distracted during the Pomodoro exercise. Remember, take a 3 to 5 minute break in between the 25-minute study sessions. And here's what you need to do to stop thinking about work. Maybe you want to go outside during these 3 to 5 minutes or the 15-minute longer break and get fresh air or walk around, do a little bit of exercise, do some push-ups, make a phone call. Whatever it takes to disengage from the work that you were focused on. Remember, taking a break is very important in this. And remember, after every 4th Pomodoro, that's a set, and you need to take a 15 to 30 minute break. Now, why does this Pomodoro technique work? Number one, it improves your focus. Oftentimes, it's the distractions, the interruptions that cause us to lose our focus. We think we have to deal with this right now. But in this method, you push aside the interruptions, you make a note on them, and you focus on your goal. The frequent breaks also gives you a chance to recharge so that each time you sit down to work, you're ready to go. And because you're only working in 25-minute bursts, there's no chance of burning out. This also works because it's less intimidating. Sitting down to work for 8 hours of solid work can be intimidating, and it can lead to procrastination. But sitting down to 25 minutes of work is much more approachable, and it's less intimidating. This way, you're going to be much more motivated to start work and keep going. This also works because it helps you work faster. There's something called Parkinson's Law, and Parkinson's Law says that work will expand to fill the time. Here's what I mean. Have you ever known that you needed to study for a test and you knew it for 2 weeks, but you waited until the night before to start cramming? It's because you know how much you can accomplish in a short amount of time. But if the time is long, sometimes the work will slow down and fill the time with the same amount of work. There's nothing more than a deadline to get you to work faster. Hearing that ticking or watching the countdown spurs you on to get the task done. This means there's less time for procrastination. This is known as Parkinson's Law. Work expands to fill the time. This Pomodoro technique also works because it's all or nothing. If for whatever reason you don't make it all the way into the Pomodoro, you don't get to cross off that interval. You have to start over again. It means if you've got 20 minutes until your next meeting, it can be hard to motivate yourself to get anything done in that time because you know you won't get to put an X down. To avoid wasting smaller chunks of time, you're going to start planning your day around these shorter Pomodoros. This is one thing that will help you be more productive in many ways. Now, how to make this work for you? Number one, be patient. You might not notice any big changes in your productivity the first few days, but after a week or two, you should be getting more done in less time and less procrastination. It's also fun to have less things to worry about, which leads to more procrastination. Now, stick to the timer. You need to learn to trust yourself. This means don't take off work early and don't work during the breaks. If you're supposed to be working, then work. If you're supposed to be taking a break, then take a break. Learning to trust yourself and stick with what you're supposed to do reinforces this system, and it's going to pay off better. Another really important thing to remember is prioritize. It's not enough to just manage your time. You need to prioritize your time. It's no good blasting through your emails and practicing next month's presentation if you haven't finished the report that's due tomorrow. Prioritize and then set your timer. Now, you're going to have to play with this. You might find that your attention gets up and leaves after 15 minutes. Or maybe you feel like you have a few good minutes left in you when your alarm goes off. That's fine. Experiment with the breaks. Experiment with the tools and whatever else you can think of. Make the system work for you. This means that if you don't want to work in 25-minute chunks, you want to work in 20-minute chunks, do it. If you don't want to take a 3 to 5 minute break after every 25 minutes, you want to take a 5 or a 10-minute break, do it. Make your own rules if it works better for you. Make this system work for you. Try the Pomodoro Technique, the 25-minute, 3 to 5 minute break, and then after 4, taking a 15 to 30-minute break, but really make it work for you. In order to beat procrastination, you're going to have to get a system of rewards after you accomplish something. I do think that you are going to find working in chunks helps you procrastinate less. If you want to learn how to improve your memory, which I believe is a great skill that can help your productivity as well as the Pomodoro Technique, click the link down below. I have a free gift for you that teaches you how to improve your memory and memorize so you can be more productive. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.